Apparently, Elon Musk has once again been the protagonist of a scandal, this time with the suspension of production at a Shanghai plant. This situation has become a nightmare for the workers, not knowing what is the reason for the closure. Why is the billionaire the one with the only solution? We all hope that this time the situation will not repeat itself. On December 24th, the Tesla CEO shocked the world with his announcement of closing the infamous Shanghai Gigafactory as an early gift to his workers. This news that broke the internet at Christmas came as a shock to the world. The lockdown is expected to take place during the last week of the year, due to increases in COVID-19 cases in China and various reports of workers at the Shanghai Gigafactory getting sick. This led to security concerns, preparing for closure after Christmas. This raises the question of what this means for the relationship between Elon Musk and the Chinese government. To find out, watch the video until the end. The U.S. electric car maker informed its workers in a bittersweet manner, canceling the morning shift at the factory without giving them any explanation. This was especially bad for employees around the holidays. According to reports from several close sources, the increase in greed cases was a key factor in the closure. The sudden increase in COVID-19 cases in China also contributed to the scenario. Ironically, this happened just after the Communist Party announced that the country had revoked its zero-greed policy. This policy was a relief for vendors, businessmen, the public, and society as a whole, since it meant normality after a long time. Sadly, everyone's hopes and dreams were shattered as the COVID-19 outbreaks gripped the Chinese population. More cases are reported every day, and Tesla's decision to close its factory to prevent the situation from getting worse was justified. Tesla workers and their suppliers have also been getting sick as part of this wave. Last week, a closed source reported, "Did you know that the story behind the Shanghai Gigafactory and the Tesla facility was no ordinary one? This is Tesla's first foreign factory located in Shanghai. Giga is a key part of Tesla's cars. The official documents were signed in October 2018, and almost a year later, in August 2019, the Shanghai Gigafactory started the manufacturing line for both battery and automobile equipment. The first Tesla Model 3 was manufactured in October 2019. The company had a difficult task: increase its production target of 3,000 vehicles a week to a total of 250,000 electric cars a year. Fortunately, the factory was able to triple its original capacity in less than 3 years. On June 30, 2021, an additional 57 Starlink satellites were added, sparking rumors of an internet revolution in China. This worried the Chinese Communist Party, threatening its citizens not to use Starlink or risk firing their family. This led to a deterioration in the relationship between Elon Musk and the CCP, affecting the expansion of Giga Shanghai. Additionally, expansions were halted in 2023 after the Chinese government expressed outrage over Starlink's rapidly growing military applications and its impact on global strategic defense. Due to the current situation caused by the increase in COVID-19 cases, Tesla has had to take a step back from its expansion projects in Shanghai. This is because the sale of its vehicles has been negatively affected due to the high level of inventory of the auto giant. Tesla's Shanghai Gigafactory has focused on making cars for export, rather than prioritizing local demand. This led to a planned 30% reduction in production, which began with the discontinuation of the Model S and the complete closure of the Shanghai plant. When asked about this issue, Tesla China told local media that the Shanghai Gigafactory will continue to operate with production in 2022. Next week, the vehicle production will carry out the annual maintenance of the production line. The workers will have a break during this period, after a year of hard work. The workshops that produce charging batteries and other autopods did not stop, so it is not completely accurate to say that the factory was closed. This decision is actually favorable to the workers. As workers, we know what you're thinking. Wages and benefits for workers were being lost, as well as workers having an incredibly difficult time coming forward under the Chinese Communist Party's zero-greed policy. In addition, there are other technical problems in the factory that also led to this abrupt decision to temporarily close the factory until things get better. At the same time, internal inventory problems at the factory also led to this decision. The projected sales of Tesla vehicles were much higher than the actual numbers, as the coveted wave in China was unforeseen. This led to a massive gap of excess inventory in the factories, which is never good news for a car company. Overproducing vehicles when current inventory is not yet depleted would be a huge waste and a foolish decision for the back office side of the business. Therefore, the temporary closure was absolutely necessary to achieve long-term goals and ensure the sustainability of the Tesla company. Gigafactory Shanghai is Tesla's most important production center at the moment, and a significant part of its production capacity is supplied for overseas exports, according to data from the China Passenger Car Association. Tesla's sales in China increased by about 60% during the first 3 quarters of this year. 60% of the electric vehicles produced in Shanghai are domestic, while the rest are exported to foreign markets such as Australia, Europe, Japan, and Singapore. However, the company's financial situation seems risky, as it has experienced a slight decline in October. In its quarterly financial report, Tesla announced that its sales growth target this year may not be met. The electric vehicle maker delivered 1.3 million vehicles in 2022, up 40% from the previous year. Still, the fourth quarter disappointed, delivering just 405,278 vehicles, well below the median estimate of 431,000 according to Refinitivo. Despite this, Tesla continues to expand into the Chinese market. The auto giant announced the construction of the T-Supercharger stack on December 2nd. In August this year, the automaker also opened a Gigafactory in Shanghai. The price cuts in the first weeks of January in China and Europe were one of Tesla's best strategies in recent times. With everything back on track, Tesla is preparing for its 2023 production and sales targets. Do you think the price cuts were a short-term strategy that could have repercussions and losses for the company in the future? Share your thoughts in the comments.